You can maintenance.
Hi guys, welcome back. As you know, Chad Care, welcome to our channel.
Yes guys, in this video today we will be speaking about housing in Jamaica. We're not sure how most of it is done now, but we can tell you our experience when we decided to go about looking about house.
First, for us, we always hear people talk about NHT. It's very hard to get through to NHT. So we inquired on our own by going to NHT in Spanish Town.
No, that's not what's done. First we went to the one in Hero Circle, the one near Hero Circle. Yeah. And when we went there, the person wrote on a piece of paper and said, go and go look a house. This is why you qualify for go and go look a house. And we was like,
what?
Look a house? How we are going to look a house? What's the step? And then
there wasn't any information given. That's why maybe I cut out that part. I can never remember say.
Yeah, but I kind of think them need to do
the customer service wasn't pleasant, and not only us that had that problem, but other persons what we talked to, they said to us that, listen, the one in not Hero Circle, Emancipation Park, the one around Emancipation Park. Across the road from Flo.
Yeah, man.
The customer service when we went there was pretty poor. So
in the sense of it's a fast food restaurant, so you just get your order up and a quick. So
like a patty shop.
Not patty shop, but because so much persons come to that building, them just try to get you out quick. So it's like them don't have the time to spend and explain things to you. So I guess that's why most persons don't really go and source the information, because even when they go and source the information, they don't necessarily get the information that they need.
So after that, now we continue our search, and then we found I was working in Spanish Town at that time, so I realized that there's also an NHT in Twickenham. So Chad and I decided to go to that branch and hear what is the whole thing about getting a house.
So when we went there, I was telling the agent that you need $500,000 to get a house, or you need this or you need that, and the man said, sir, you come to get the information and I will provide you with the information. And we did I talk and I said, but me not money to do that, and the man said, sir, I will give you the information that you come to ask. And I think most persons, that is their view of saying, them hear stuff on the street and persons saying how difficult things are, and not go and try to find out for themselves as to the process and the steps, you know. And sometimes we just think that it won't work for us. But I can tell you that it wasn't easy, but it was worth it, as they keep saying. So the guy explained to us that we can also purchase land. And at the time when Kerry was working in Spanish Town, she saw this billboard sign saying land for sale. That was by Island Home.
Yeah, and we went and we told the agent that NHT about it.
No man, I didn't tell about it. But you would ask us to the billboard previously, but them tell us about it and you say, oh, I always see the billboard out there. So he gave us a card saying, call this person. It was a land sales rep. I said them have a land sales rep. Anyway, we called the person and they said that they would meet with us. We was driving to the location at that time. We had drive, and we said to her, I said, Kerr, if that woman they take one more corner, me turn back. Because at the time it seems like we was going way into the country. But it wasn't that the case. And when we saw the entrance to the scheme, I tell you, it was like, yeah,
breathtaking.
This is how we are gonna live. That the kind of trick is still after we move in, but yeah, the entrance captivated us and we moved from there and saw
even persons were saying, well, two young people, why are you guys going so far?
Up in the bush.
In the bush, and look at this, the people themselves stone and all of that.
Man.
But now we have a set of God, we own a house, and big up to the representatives at NHT in Spanish Town, great customer service, and the detail for going about getting a house or purchasing a land is awesome. They go step by step with you. They tell you how to start from start to finish. You don't have no complications. If anything, if you have a hiccup, they guide you along the way. So listen.
Well, hopefully there are still some good agents there.
Well, I think
but anyway, he was great. Good. I think he had gotten a promotion after some period, but they were good. Every single person, from him, the first agent, to the loan officer, to the person who construction personnel, the person who was supposed to come on the site visit, and actually said it is possible to get a house through NHT if you are willing to source the information.
The process might take a while, but it is worth the wait.
In the end.
In the end.
Because imagine if we never take the step about, let's say, 7 or 8 years ago, we would still be in the same position that we were
renting a house. And basically the mortgage is combined with the land and the house, the construction part of it. It all comes down to the same price that you would purchase a house for. Not purchase, rent a house.
So your monthly rent would sometimes equate to the amount your mortgage is. And as I said, we purchased the land first, and then NHT also. NHT gave us the money to purchase the land, and then also gave us the money to do the construction.
So the only thing we came up with was the 5%?
We came up with the deposit, because the land is 5% of the value of whatsoever the land.
We're not sure if it changed now.
Also, closing costs, because we didn't know about that, and that was a shocker to us. So you have to also pay the closing costs. That entails the lawyer fee, stamp duty, and all of those.
Yeah, and even if you don't want to go the land part, you can go to the house part, but you still have to come up with the closing costs and everything. And trust me, once you finish and it's yours, it is yours. You're feeling comfortable. No landlord can knock you up, nothing at all. When the first moment you step in at the house and you know it's yours, you have that peace within. You can sleep and all of that. It's not worth it for a parent. No, it's not worth it. Time come when NHT might give you a leeway, because if you have the mortgage, you pay for like say $10 and you pay $12. By all of this adding up, sometimes it's possible that it might have you can skip a month if you're in a good standing with it.
Well, I guess what Kerry's trying to say is that being that you pay $2 extra every month, it add to the amount of money that you have. So you'd actually be paying up a month in advance or two if you keep paying more than the minimum. So in terms of if you're supposed to pay it off in 20 years, you can probably pay it off in 15 years if you use that step. That's the method we took, because there was a time period where we didn't have the funds to pay our mortgage, but when we checked NHT, we were actually paid up in 6 months in advance. So we were able to just not pay 1 month and still be secure. And they keep saying that if you're having trouble paying your mortgage, please let them know. Don't wait until 1 year after, a couple of times after, where you see your land or your house up for action, and then you want to go in. If you're having difficulty, they do tell you, contact us and let me know so we can work with you. And it's that. But I encourage every young person, even if you still live with your parents, try and see if you can get a house.
The other thing that we have noticed is that getting your parents them NHT and add it to yours, I heard that it's a little higher than the regular one, like for us as couple, or if you try on your own, it will work out much cheaper than getting like your parents.
Well, the thing is, the mortgage generally goes along with your age and your income. So if your income is good, then you can get more, and if your age is younger, then you get a longer time. So if you should take your parents' points, as we would say, points, and add to yours. Say, for instance, I wanted to purchase a house and I want to take either my mother or my father who was paying NHT portion. Then their age would be a shorter time, so it would be more money to pay back on their portion, because the two come together and make one for make the loan. So being that me and Kerry took the loan, our age was good and our salary was okay, so we got a longer time to pay and less amount. So
we did this while we were back in Jamaica.
Yeah, man. I'm not sure of the process if you are outside Jamaica and if you need to contribute to your NHT same way, and I would advise if you can do, because it's much cheaper in terms of interest rate opposing to going through the bank. So that's an option. Some people say they might have to buy the house up front or whatever, but that's your point. We're just talking about our experience through NHT.
And that we didn't have them funds to buy any house up front, because we're young people. We never have the stability. Or
not saying stability, but the foundation, you wouldn't have the foundation that was there, that we wouldn't need to pay rent first, and then like would I say we don't have to pay rent, so we can use that. We actually had to pay rent and then realize that the rent don't make any sense, so we had to carve out a way in order to do the process of getting a house. But let me tell you something: if you can sacrifice in the earlier stage and trying to accomplish that at an early stage, as you grow older, the money becomes less because inflation rises the cost. So if you pay $10,000, in a year time or 2 year time, the $10,000 not necessarily be the $10,000. It might worth $5,000. Not saying that the figures change, but the cost that you pay won't feel so insurmountable, and you will be living in your own house.
And when you think of it, is that you can live into your house. What if you find yourself with that extra money and you bill on it, and say for instance you find a house, you get a house at say give and take $2 million, and you're paying for that $2 million, but you find yourself, because you know Jamaicans always a true partner, and then find themselves with a little money, and you start bill upstairs and never can tell you rent out downstairs, and the rent where you collect for downstairs can pay your mortgage. There you go, that's another income.
Because you can, as I say, even if you live with your parents, I don't think they need a house ever, you can have it as an income property, and that is a good source of income, because everybody always want a place to live. But my advice is that young people start thinking about owning stuff like your house, not necessarily a car, because when we were starting out, we actually sold our car to find the deposit to move forward. So you can't live in a car.
Well, somebody did tell me, say, why I choose to go buy land and house and not buy a car, another car, which didn't make sense, because at the end of the day, the rent was going up and it didn't make any sense.
And in the long run, you only pay the landlord mortgage, and when the mortgage pay off, him own him house, opposing to you paying your own mortgage. Listen, Virgin, do the sacrifice. No. That's in the long run, it's more better. And we say we can't find the money, but if you think about it, when you buy one new shoes or a new bag or a new phone, those are investment when you try. And now the latest phone are $200,000 or more. And you have to buy one shoes for $20,000, you have to buy clothes for X. So if you think about not doing some of those stuff in the short term and setting a goal aside where you can say, all right, within 5 years' time, I'm going to try and save and then move towards a house. It will happen in Virgin. It will happen. When we started out, let me tell you, my monthly salary was $12,000 and tax come out of it.
Yep, $12,000.
So some people say, oh, we have a minimum wage and whatever, I say, can't afford. It was $12,000. How much was your monthly salary at that time?
Maybe 20.
Maybe about $20,000. But we pulled together, and as them said, bang your belly and press through, because they wanted something great. There was many a time we couldn't, we didn't buy clothes. No, many a time we never name no food. Well, we
eat food, but we never eat food like...
We never have that big nothing. We just, if I do mackerel, we bust it mackerel and eat that. And that was a sacrifice. We didn't buy clothes for a period. No clothes unless it was needed. We buy it. And that was the sacrifice to come out in the end. Now, if we say, all right, we have a house, so we can say our house, and we're not paying the mortgage for somebody else. So as we say, we encourage you to go and find the information. And information is key. Don't just listen to what people are saying. Even when we advise people, say, don't just listen to us. Go and find out information for yourself, because you might go and realize that you are qualified for more, or you get a grant, because they were giving out grant. We actually got, well, I got a grant to my portion because of my income at the time. It was at minimum wage, so they were giving like an additional percentage because the salary was low. So go and find the information. NHT have a whole heap of money down there, and you know, so much of them give the government.
And not only that, the things them change, because I heard that they have a different percentage for this, different percentage for that. Try.
Yeah, man.
You never know until you go out and try. A foot ahead of one. Make one step and then you reach your goal.
The thing is, we as Jamaicans, we tend to like to hear from people, and most time the story goes so or near so, but probably far from the truth.
Sometimes we cut out like a piece or something because we hear it from somebody and we cut out that piece there. And then Chinese telephone, it always cut short. Try and find out.
And then tell us, you know, just like we didn't want to mention the vaccine, but most time when person talk about the vaccine, they tell us, me hear say Tom get it and Tom sick at it, and then I talk about the millions of people who get it and them alright. Then I talk about the one who never get through. So just like with the house, I say me hear say Tom get it and NHT take back him house. I was say, why NHT take back the house? Why NHT put the house pan the auction? Why the land not go through? And most time when I get the people when they try to build everything one time, when them say just build a little matches box and complete it, move in, and then you do the rest. Them try to do everything and go against the instruction of what them tell you. So get the information and work with the people and you have on a house. It can work. As I tell you, we never have the money to build a big house, so we go through the land. And it can work. If you're determined and you want to accomplish it, just press towards it and you will accomplish prayer and fasting.
Work.
So again, brethren, thanks for tuning in. We'd like you to put some stuff in the comments. If you have any question about our process, we are willing to share, and tell us what you want to hear more about. And again, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Continue watching our channel and help us build our community. Love ya.